Halito, everybody. This is CT over the NYC Indian. Happy New Year. How was your holiday? I haven't seen you guys in a while, and you know what? We got to come back here for the shenanigans because Love After Lockup is here, and it is absolutely insane. But today we're going to be talking about Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 1. So today's conversation is going to be more about my knee-jerk reactions, and I like to tie these in at the end and kind of go back and see if I was right about my prediction. So this is not based off of anything, I don't know, statistics or anything like that. This is just basically me looking at these people, looking at their reactions, their body language, what they say about what they want in a partner and how they behave before the wedding. And that's just what I base all of this on. This is pure pettiness, and we're just having fun, and we are here for the nonsense. So I hope everybody is all buckled in. This is not going to be a very long video, but let's talk about it. All right, so let's start off. We have how many couples? One, two, three, four, five couples, I believe. So let's start off with Dominique and McKinley. So we find out that Dominique, she lives with her mom, or I don't know if she lives with her mom, but she's very close to her mother. She grew up in a multiracial family. And we have McKinley, who's originally from Flint, Michigan. Shout out to everybody in Michigan. I have family that lives not too far from that area. So I'm kind of familiar with, I guess, uh, I won't say dating culture, but there's a very high rate of interracial dating and marriages in Michigan. It's got to be one of the interracial dating capitals of the United States. And as you guys know, I'm a product of a multicultural relationship myself. I'm also in a multiracial marriage, raising a multiracial child. So I have been waiting because Married at First Sight has not in several seasons. In the first couple of seasons, I remember they had some interracial marriages, but finally it's going to happen. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm very glad, at least, that they got to that. Because do you guys remember the experts saying a few seasons back ago that, like, these couples have so many different challenges. We don't want to throw, being from different ethnic or different ethnicities as an additional challenge, right? And I was always kind of like, I always kind of call BS on that because I was like, listen, if it's a person's maybe their first time dating interracially, okay, maybe we don't want to do the experiment, in that way. But I mean, if it's like, if you know what you like and that's what you've been used to, then I don't see the problem with that. But anyway, that's just me. So yeah, so basically, she is the 25-year-old who feels like, she wants someone who's a bit more mature, and he seems very serious. He's the entrepreneur, right? Now, now, what was kind of interesting is that he went from selling cannabis, or I don't know how, exactly how he was involved in the cannabis industry, but that is a huge moneymaker. And he went from that to construction. So, but I think he's on the project management side. Is that what he said? But anyway, so it seems like he has money because we don't want another Steve situation, right? Where, oh yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, and then they get together and he doesn't want to work. So, all right, guys, listen, I'm on StreamYard today because YouTube Live just like it kicks me off all the time, and I just can't stand it. So I'm still futzing around with my little homemade studio over here. So please don't mind the housekeeping. Sometimes you'll see the camera doing some weird stuff. I'm trying to get myself established, and I haven't been online for a while. I haven't come out and talked to you guys. So anyway, so it sounds like he's financially stable. But I am a little concerned with, like, he switched industries, because I'm thinking to myself, if you're still in cannabis, like, why can't you like still like remotely do stuff? I don't know. Maybe he has to be there in the state, and I know there's different things with different states, because he said that where he's at in Tennessee, he can't legally participate in that business anymore. I think that's such a shame because, like, but it's conservative, it's Bible Belt, Republican, blah blah blah. So, anyway, getting back to them. So, my first knee jerk reaction is okay, she's a cute girl and not okay. Listen, P.S. By the way, she is a dead, dead ringer for my cousin. She looks, I mean, I almost had to call my cousin up and be like, girl, you're not on Married at First Sight, are you? I mean, she just looks exactly like my cousin. But anyway, they're both nice looking people. I think McKinley is a handsome guy. I was really excited about their initial interaction. So before I saw last night's episode, I was thinking, oh, yeah, she wants somebody who's established. She wants somebody who's mature and stuff like that. And he seems to be that. So I think they're going to make it work. Because, like, I like to do my predictions to all the way to the end. Like, do I think they'll even stay together? I like to, okay, all right. So let me get a little bit more into detail. So I like to say, like to make my predictions based off of what I feel like their initial reaction is going to be. So I like to know, are they first of all, are they going to be attracted to one another? And second of all, the second part of that prediction is, will they stay together? So attraction wise, I think they got it. I think they got it. They're both cute people, right? So why wouldn't they? I think they would both be each other's type. Now, in terms of staying together, in the end, I don't know. And I like to give a solid yes or no on these things, but knee jerk initially before I saw the bachelorette and the bachelor and the bachelorette party, I was like, yes to attraction and yes, they're going to stay together. So right now, I definitely think they're going to be attracted to each other, but will they stay together? Oh God, I'm kind of like leaning towards no right now. All right, now listen, I'm not a prude. I understand it's a bachelorette party. You can have fun. You can let loose. But I don't know. She was just, I don't know. She seemed to be having a little bit too much fun with the stripper that I was like, I don't know. Maybe that partying is not out of her system. And I know people's concerns about her is that, she's 25 years old. She's too young for this process. And she might be. She might be. I'm not saying that she doesn't want to settle down with someone. She doesn't want all the things that she said she wanted. But let's face it, her mother signed her up for this show. So as much as I want it to work, I don't I don't know. I'm not completely convinced with this couple. I don't think they're going to stay together. Okay, but we'll see. All right, moving on. Let's see who we have next. We have oh God, Kirsten and Shaquille. All right, now listen. Kirsten, I don't know if it's Kirsten or Kirsten. We're going to go with Kirsten until I find out otherwise. They're both religious. They're both Southern. They seem to have like a similar background. But I think with Kirsten, because she's very picky. I mean, she's beyond picky. And when people are this picky, I mean, it doesn't. How do you go on a show like this and then knowing that someone is going to be picking your partner for you? I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know. I see some red flags there. I see a lack of compromise on her end. I feel like to me, he seems pretty genuinely in it. I think he really wants that queen. He wants that wife. He wants that person he can attend his, I don't know, educational conferences and things like that and have like a really gorgeous wife on his arm. She's definitely that. I mean, let's just, in terms of looks, both of these people, in my opinion, okay, we're just doing opinions here, to me are both good looking people. I think she's just really pretty. And him, he's got $1,000 smile, or I should say $1,000,000. He's got $1,000,000 smile. He looks great, right? He's got beautiful eyebrows, nice skin and everything like that. But she does not like a bald man. She already has in her head exactly what she wants. And I don't know that if he goes out or if she was to be presented with something outside of that she would be happy. I think like I don't know. I think she's very static in her idea of what she wants from, like in terms of looks. She wants the low cut. She wants the facial hair and stuff like that. He's not growing any hair anytime soon. He's not bald. He's bald. Like the skin is clean, right? So he's not going to grow any hair. I don't know if she's going to be able to get over that. She has her standards in terms of like, um, size, you know what I mean? And I don't, it's, that's kind of it's kind of asking for a lot when you are being set up with a stranger. I mean, they're not checking for, size, right? They're making sure that the person is, they're doing background checks and things like that, but they're not checking for things like that. That's very superficial. But I understand that that's important to you. But I don't know, it's like what I think that she reminds me of the kind of woman that wants the very typical, she wants the successful, the honest, the good looking, no kids, full package, if you know what I'm saying, and religious. Like that is a unicorn. I just don't know where she thinks she's gonna find that, but hey, maybe, maybe. So knee jerk, they're both very good looking people, and I do think that he will be attracted to her. I do not think she's going to be completely attracted to him. Will she be able to get over that? I don't know. And do I think they're going to stay together? I don't think so. I see too much rigidity in this on her end. I feel like she's not going to compromise. Now, I know he's going to come with his BS too, right? Everybody's got their stuff. We all, no matter how great of a partner you are, we always come with our own things that we bring into a relationship. I just don't know what his is yet. Hers is like, it's like obvious, like screaming from the door. Very picky, very not very flexible with things. So I say, no and no. All right, so let's go to the next couple. The next couple is Clint and Gina. Okay, now can we talk here? Let's be honest. All right, let's talk, guys. It's been a while since we've really talked. All right, now I think, Clint, he's got a good head of hair. All right. He's got a good full head of hair. I will give that to him any day of the week. He is quite kind of like what was his name? Eris said to him, you look like an outdoors guy. He does. He gives me that very casual, but not like a dirty casual, like a casual, just like, not so dressy. And I say dirty casual because I live in Seattle and dirty casual, that's a thing here. But anyway, so he seems to be, well kept and everything like that. I'll give him points for his hair. Though I don't think that haircut is very suitable, but she's a hairstylist and I can relate to her, to Gina, who I think Gina's a nice looking woman, little enhancements, but she's in the beauty industry. I do not, not expect something like that, right? Her hair looks fabulous. She really takes care of herself. She is pretty much self-made, raised by a single mom, right? And now she's working on not her first, but her second salon. So I mean, I just kind of feel like this woman is ambitious, she's driven, she's hardworking. And, I mean, listen, if I thought I could make some money doing some hair here in my city, but it's too casual here. I don't know. But I wish I could, because I would open up a salon like that. All right. But she's down south. And listen, Southern Belles like to make sure that they are done from head to toe. And these women are okay, well, that's another thing. We'll get to that in a second. They like, Southern women, they like to take care of themselves. They like to look very nice. So the fact that she is not only, running her business, which requires so much time and dedication and focus, she's opening up another location. She's busy. She's really busy. I think they should have set her up with somebody who just like maybe has a trust fund, has their own money, and they don't have to be in an office all day, or maybe someone who could work. Okay, let me be a little bit more realistic. Someone who can work remotely, so he can spend a little time with her. Like maybe they can have their own little setup, where they can spend like 5-6 hours a day together at the salon or something, so they can get in quality time. Because with her being so busy, I just don't know how she's going to fit someone into her life unless they're very, very flexible. But I really feel like she is so genuine. She is so genuine, because the way she says, like, I'm not going to be so focused on looks. Like, you remember how crazy Lindsay was? Remember Mark and Lindsay from the Boston season? Now, one thing, as crazy as Lindsay was, I can say about her, she was very much like, I don't care who they give me in terms of looks. I'm going to work with it, and I'm going to, try to see the best I can in the person so I can fall in love with how they look. And I think that Gina is that. And I think Gina's probably going to have to do that, because I am not seeing Gina looking at him and being like, oh my God, I don't see her initially being very attracted to him. I just don't. But I think that she is going to be the one that's willing to really, try. Now, on the other hand, okay, what's his name? Clint. I think Clint is going to be a little not so into her. And I say that because he's another Mitch, right? He wants the all natural. And let me tell you something. I'm a girl's girl, everybody knows that, but I am not I'm not the type of person to go after someone for being attracted to what they are attracted to. And I know people say, oh, this guy, he only likes these kind of women or that kind of. So what? Who cares? Whatever. If you're not trying to date him, so why do you care who he's attracted to? It doesn't matter. But in this situation, I think where, um, when you want someone that's very natural, all natural, how's that going to work with a salon girl? You know what I mean? When you work in a salon, let me tell you, in between clients, like, well, she's an owner, so it's different, but but she wasn't always a business owner. She was, a regular hairstylist at some point. In between clients, you're literally doing your hair, you're doing your coworkers' hair. Like, you're always into beauty. You have to go to shows and do, to hair shows and things like that. It is so infused. I mean, he's marrying a cosmetologist. I'm not real, or I guess he doesn't know that yet, but I just don't think that that's going to be a good pairing. Second of all, besides the natural thing, he also wants to like be sailing all the time. How is that going to work? So he's going to be out in the ocean over in, I don't know, off the coast of Tanzania somewhere, sailing while she's doing, setting up the salons and things like that, maybe working on her third salon. I don't know where she's going to find time to squeeze in a kid. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible, because as long as she has money and she can, maybe get some nanny, or maybe she has support with her mom for childcare or something, she can work it out. It'll be challenging, but it's possible. But it's not going to be possible if she wants to start a family and he's out, sailing the world. So I think this is a very poor match. They do this to us every season. They give us a match that we know is not like that just does not make sense. You cannot be more stable than someone who's building businesses, and then get the complete opposite with someone who's sailing the world. It is just the worst. Oh my God, this is not a good match. So I think she won't be attracted to him. I don't think he's going to be attracted to her. And I don't mean like they're going to find each other to be hideous, but I don't think, that initial, like that little spark thing, I don't think that's going to be there with these two. Do I think they'll stay together? I do not. I do not. I don't, because I just can't work. Because even if they get past looks and stuff like that, if it winds up being an issue, it might not be. I could be totally wrong. But how are they going to work out this schedule with him sailing? That does not. People are talking about other things, but I don't hear anyone talking about the sailing situation. He wants somebody to, and he needs to make up his mind, because he says, well, another thing I didn't like about him, when he says, oh, I'm totally okay just being, the guy at home, and she can make all the money and stuff like that. And it's one thing to say I'm okay with being a stay-at-home dad, because like you want to, care for the children. You want to spend that time with the children, and it's okay if your wife is the one that's making the money, as long as that works out between two individuals. That's fine. But when you just want to say, I want to just stay home, and I prefer it that she makes more money, that kind of is like, that kind of censor that's some red flags. And then also the fact that when he was sitting down with the fellas, and come to find out, he just had like a little hookup with somebody of a romantic, physical nature, shall we say, only 2 weeks ago. Come on, I mean, that doesn't sound like somebody. Some people think, oh, but it's a guy, he's got to get it all out of his system. I don't know. That, to me, that mentality is not saying I'm ready to settle down. But Whatever. So, yeah, it's a no for me for Clint and Gina. All right. So next we have Christopher and Nicole. Okay. So Christopher seems to be very much sincere in that he wants to be with someone and he wants to be settled down. And Nicole, listen, Nicole is the kind of girl that I had a lot of friends like Nicole, back in New York. She is a typical New York girl. I'm glad she told us like her background. And you know how I like when, people, give us a little bit more about their ethnicity because it kind of informs us about how they were raised, right? So, she's Italian and Jewish. She's a New York girl. I mean, I don't even know what she's doing in Tennessee, but maybe she got tired of those New York assholes because they can be very, aggressive in the dating scene. And maybe she thought she could get herself a Southern gentleman. Now, Christopher, isn't he a transplant as well? He's not, I don't think he's from Tennessee either. But anyway, I think these two could work. I'm seeing an attraction. I could definitely, I mean, she really, because first of all, she's gung ho about making it work. And he seems like a guy that just wants love, Now we'll find out what his issue is, because I mean, we know she's very, like this. She's very quick with this. She's snappy. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's going to come back with a fast reaction. And she is a quintessential New York girl. That's all I can say about that. Right. And he's opposite of that. So I think, this opposite could attract. I do think this could work. I think they'll be into to each other. I think they're both, both nice looking people. They'll be fine. And I definitely do think that they will stay together. I got my eggs in my basket for these two. Now, folks, they change up on you. You just want to be in their corner root from, and they change up on you. And you're like, you wind up like eating your own words or whatever. But I'm hoping that they work out because they seem like they could do okay. I mean, I'm sure she wants kids, and I think he'll be into her. I really do. I think her little sass, her little spice, her flavor, I think he'll like that. All right. So let's move on to the last couple, Jasmine and Aris. All right, here we go. So when I first saw Aris, hold on, I gotta get more comfortable here in my chair. All right. So when I first saw Aris, first of all, I could not believe, I'm still having a shocking time getting over his age. Does he look 39? He looks so young. I swear to God, I thought that they were going to put the age down there. It's going to say like 25. Maybe I wasn't paying attention initially what his age was. And then, I was looking at him. I was like, God, he's really young. Is he going to be too young for this experiment? And then when I put his age on, I was like, oh my God, he like, no like nasal labial fold sagging, no like crow's feet, nothing. He looks so young. So and I think it's the way that he talks and the way he's like a little bit slower with his words. I thought he was a younger guy, but when I found out he was 39, I was like, 39? Okay. And then they start saying, oh, he's like the former, or how, not player, but, he was kind of out there and now he's learned his lesson and blah, blah, blah. Now, I don't know about that. I just don't know about that. Now, because I feel like it's always a red flag for me when a guy is that age and has never married and never had kids and it's been playing the field. It's different if you say I'm this age and I date here and there, but I just haven't found the right one. I think the kind of baby face, kind of and he's a cute guy too, right? So I think I don't know about Eris. I don't know. Now I want to be wrong because he seems like he has a good heart, like a good personality, but I'm just not sure. And I don't want him to break her heart. So now we move on to Jasmine. So Jasmine, she's very fit, right? She can do the backflip. She's acrobatic. She's a former beauty queen and everything like that. She takes good care of herself. I'm thinking Eris is going to be, I think Jasmine is going to be attracted to Eris. I do not think Eris is going to be attracted to Jasmine. I said it. When I saw them and they were talking separately, and I'm looking at him, well, like when he smiles, and I looked at her when I saw when she smiled, I was like, no, he's not gonna be into her. It's just a feeling that I have, and especially for someone who has been, so active in the dating world, I think it's going to be another incident where, even they'll give him a beauty queen and he won't want her. Now, the family is completely against him doing this because, listen, when your family knows, listen, your family knows you, right? So I just feel like, and then when was it the cousin? I think that's his cousin was like, "Are you serious? Like he's so picky. Like, are you like, oh my God, I can't even imagine because he's so selective when it comes down to women." And I think I just don't think there's going to be the chemistry there. So at the end, I think those two are not going to stay together. So unfortunately, I do not have a very good prediction for this season. But we'll see. I love being wrong because I want these people. We had like there are some successful couples, in this franchise. We've seen a few of them, like Keith and Christine, and Woody and Amani. Oh my God, how beautiful did Amani look? When she had her hair down, she was beautiful. She just had a baby. There's what's the other couple? I cannot remember their name. Both of them are blonde. I don't remember, but they were from several seasons ago. There's what's the redhead Jamie and what's her name? Jamie and yeah, I forget that couple. But we've had some successful couples. But to be up to season 16 and there's like it's like a handful of couples that are still together. I just think the matching was not great on this one. Oh, and another thing I want to say about Clint. So Clint and Gina are the oldest people. I think Gina, didn't she say she was 35 and Clint is 40? And the fact that, he's still out there now, well, he's still out there dating. And Eris also is still out there dating up until he said 2 or 2.5 weeks ago. That does not say to me. I'm going to agree with, what's his name? Christopher, who's like, I when I signed up for this, I got rid of the apps. It made me feel good because I know that I'm on my way to something bigger and better, right? And I think you have to mentally prepare yourself, when you sign up for something like this, that the phone could ring any day. I mean, you just really have to prepare yourself. So I don't really know what was going on. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he's 40, he's been sailing the world, he's still sleeping around and dating and stuff like that. He wants somebody with money. I don't know. I'm not for it. I'm just not for it. I'm sorry. But you know what? Hey, he's got a nice head of hair. So what are we gonna do with that? Maybe she can blow it out or convince him to get a nice haircut or something. So um excuse me, that's it. Those are my knee-jerk reactions and my predictions, and we shall see. So I'll see you guys back next week where we can talk about this a little bit more. I hope everyone had a good holiday. I hope you stay safe. Okay, you take care of yourselves and chupi salacho.